How long are you gonna allow fear to keep you from living your dream life? How long are you gonna allow fear to have you in a chokehold? I'm so miserable that I'm stuck. And the only reason why I'm stuck is because I'm too afraid to pursue what it is that I want to do. And this is in particular for the people that are too afraid to cut a camera on. What are you afraid of? Who are you afraid of? You afraid of the people that's doing the same thing you're doing every day, scrolling on social media and watching other people live out the life that they want to live? Who are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? Are you perhaps afraid of success? Perhaps you're afraid of making it. Are you afraid of leaving people behind? What are you afraid of? I need you to master that. What are you afraid of? Because I need you to overcome it. I need you to overcome your fears. I need you to overcome whatever is keeping you afraid of starting a YouTube channel, of starting your business, of starting whatever idea it is. But this in particular is to the people that are too afraid to cut the camera on because they don't like the way they look, because they don't like the way they sound. They're afraid of rejection because you're used to being rejected. You're used to people not saying, that's a good idea. You're used to people not supporting you. So you've allowed the lack of support and you've allowed the lack of praises you've received throughout your lifetime to hold you back from this idea of starting the channel, from starting the YouTube channel that has the potential of bringing in thousands, if not millions of dollars. And no, I always put the disclaimer that I'm not monetized yet. But that doesn't mean anything because I would never reach the threshold of monetization if I never cut the camera on. I was once someone who was too shy, that was afraid to talk to a crowd, yet alone talk to this camera. I was someone that was afraid of being in the room and talking to myself. Because when you're cutting the camera on, yeah, you're talking to thousands of people. But if you get into your mind that, okay, let me not get consumed with the fact that thousands, if not millions of people is going to watch this video. And let me start at the one. You have to start with the one. You have to be confident of talking to the one. You have to get confident of talking to yourself. Stop being intimidated by this camera. It's just a camera. And I know like it's easier said than done. But again, I must remind you that I was once that person that was too afraid. I was so afraid and caught up in the opinions of people and what they thought of me and how they felt about me that I was miserable and consumed with that to the point that I wanted to start the YouTube channel, but I was frozen. I would cut the camera on and I'm like, I don't know what to say. How about you master what you're going to say and you be confident that what you're saying is worth getting out there to the world. You have to believe that you are good enough. You have to believe that you are somebody to offer to the world, that you're here for a reason. You have to believe that and get that confidence boost. You will get the confidence boost the moment you are confident in what it is that you're talking to. Forget who you're presenting it to. Don't get caught up in nobody's watching. I don't know if they'll watch. Or like I said, perhaps you started the channel. Like perhaps you started the channel already. You're like, nobody's watching. I don't think the video was good enough. Okay, let's be honest here. The competition is large, okay? So yeah, quite obviously you have to have something that's worth people's time. But don't get stuck there. Don't take the video down. You gotta go through the cringe phase, okay? There's several videos on this channel that shows me being cringy. But I did it anyways. Why? Because I conquered the opinion and the thoughts of what people had to say about me. Because we have to look at it as simple as this. Are you gonna allow the opinions of people to withhold you from your blessing? Are you going to allow fear to hold you from your blessings? This is big, y'all. Anything can happen for you. Like in an instant, the moment that you get consistent, the moment that you show up, the moment that you try. And what also happens is you like, I did it. I was scared. I was scared of starting the channel. I was afraid of what people were going to say, but they like me. They actually like me. And I'm not asking you to seek validation and approval from men, but I'm saying when you decide to finally start your YouTube channel and you realize that there's at least one person that found what you put out there valuable, man, the rest is history. The rest is history for the better. Because what do you gain by never starting? What do you gain by taking the idea that I wanted to start a YouTube channel to the grave? What do you gain from that? What do other people gain from that? Because it will be quite wicked if you never cut the camera on and you had this burning desire inside of you that said, I want to start a YouTube channel, and you disregard that as it being God. Because chances are, if the idea is present, it's God's way of saying, I want to use you in this area to help people. But you can't get over yourself. You can't get over yourself because you're afraid of what the people that actually need your help is going to say. There's a couple of bad apples in the bunch. Don't get me wrong. People are mean. But I'm going to need you to push past those mean people that you're telling yourself they're going to reject you. I need you to push past them and say, you know what? It's not about you. It's about the people that actually want to receive what it is that I have to offer. Because if you allow those mean people with their insecurities and the reasons of why they ain't never start the thing that they want to do to be the reason why you don't stop the thing that you know you want to do, which is create this YouTube channel, you allow them to win. You allow them to win. Because I need you to get it in your head that if you allow them to win, then it's a loss that you're going to have to live with that is uncomfortable. Because every time you get on social media, you're going to watch someone else winning at YouTube. You're going to watch someone else saying, hey, I just started my channel and I don't have many subscribers. And then they come back, yo, my channel has grown in a short amount of time frame. And now you sitting somewhere feeling cheesy because you're like, oh, I thought about starting the channel. Or sometimes you might feel like, well, I could do that better. But you're not doing it better because you won't even start. I need you to beat people at their own game and say, you know what? Chances are you can receive me or you cannot receive me. That's out of my control. But to the people that you are allowing to hold you back because you're afraid of them not receiving you, you beat them at their own game by saying, I'm going to show up anyways. I'm going to show up and be confident in starting this channel, even though I know it doesn't look like the big time channel. Stop comparing yourself to the big time people on YouTube, okay? They've been in this game for a long time. They are true to this. They are not new to this. Don't compare yourself to them. In fact, don't compare yourself to anybody. Don't compare yourself to anybody at all, because all that does is go back to the fear that is anchoring you down from starting, because you're like, I'm too afraid to start because I feel like it's not good enough. The only reason why you feel like it's not good enough because you keep comparing yourself to the people that you feel like are good enough. But you have to ask yourself, what is good enough? Good quality, good editing. They look good. They got the aesthetics. Like I mentioned this in the previous video. In fact, I'll link it down below so you can be encouraged to get out your head about your appearance as well. What is I'm not good enough? How can you, what's the word I'm looking for? How can you be the judge of that? In fact, this goes back to nobody being the judge of that at all. Because if the idea was given to you by God, He just wants you to pursue it. And He wants you to be obedient. So you could feel like, well, I don't think, let's say you like cats, right? And you say, I want to start a YouTube channel around cats. And then you're like, well, I don't know if anybody will like it. I don't think it's a good idea. I don't know. But every day you waking up thinking about starting this YouTube channel about cats. Perhaps people want to purchase a cat and they want to know what kind of cat to purchase and the different breeds and where to go to get a cat. Like, there's so much information that you can put out there and be consistent and create the channel. And while you created the channel, you're consistently talking about cats, and you'd be surprised the people that you can help find a cat. or you can help people learn about cats. Or perhaps somebody just purchased the cat for their child and they don't know anything about cats. And you done cut the camera on and you telling them all about cats. Because people come to YouTube and they search things that they don't know all the time. And you sitting around feeling like it's not a good idea because I haven't seen the channel talk about cats yet. Perhaps that's why the idea was placed into your mind, because God's like, look, I care about the cats too, and I need people to be knowledgeable about cats. And he done gave you the idea about cats, but you felt like it wasn't a good idea because you felt like people weren't going to receive it. You know how many people in the world got a cat? You know how many people in the world need to know about what a cat can do and what they do? Yeah. What you waiting for? That's the point that I'm trying to make. You're not confident in starting the channel because you won't get out your own head, because you're consumed with the fear of what people are going to say and the fear of if people are going to receive you. You are not the judge of that. You do not get to determine if people receive you or not. But they don't even have an opportunity to make that choice. You robbing them of the choice of receiving you. What happens when they actually do receive you? What happens when they actually say, hey, you ain't posted in a while. Like, where you at? Where you been? And now you realize, like, dang, if I never started, I would have never got to this point. If I never started, I would have never been impactful. But I thought it was too saturated out here. I thought the world couldn't use me. Like, they didn't need me. They didn't need the idea that I had to offer. No idea is a bad idea. Because if we're being quite honest, there are some ideas out here that we can say it might not have been the best idea, but they pursued it and they were consistent at it. And now the world is being consumed with that idea that they probably should have kept to themselves. Y'all know the good ideas and the bad ideas. You get what I'm trying to say. Why is your idea any less worth giving a try? Because the only difference is they put that out there and they were consistent at it, and people, that's something that the world wants. Don't think your idea is not good enough. Don't think that YouTube is too saturated. And don't think that you're not worth overcoming that fear, because you are. And I would hate for you to be consumed by fear. I would hate for you to be consumed of being too afraid of starting a YouTube channel, because you will never find out what's on the other side of you cutting the camera on. And you would be surprised the amount of support you would get. This is not about the people that you know supporting you. It's about reaching the people that have a need for what it is that you have to offer. So I challenge you today, if you haven't started the YouTube channel, start it. I challenge you today, if you started the YouTube channel and you gave up, get back up again. Be consistent. Put that content out there. Consistently put that content out there. And I know you could say, well, Josie, what's your proof that this works? This is my proof. I'm not monetized yet, but the proof is I was once in your position where I was too afraid to start. I was once in your position where I was consumed by the opinions of people and constant wondering, overthinking of, am I good enough? Is it good enough? A lot of my videos, if you go back with my husband and I, they weren't the best. They worked for us at the moment, and it didn't allow us to compete with the competition. But I'm gonna be honest, whether I'm up there with the competition, it would be nice to be beside the big name peoples, and people choose to click on me over somebody else. Like, I get it, it's a competition out here, but it's not about the competition. I don't have no control of that part. I don't have any control if you feel like my title is worth you clicking on. But if you look at this title is about you. Okay? This title is about you and adding value to you and your household. And if that's not enough to make you want to stick around, or to make you want to click on this video as opposed to like scrolling on social media and clicking on somebody else that just wants to entertain you 24/7, that's not in my control. That's out of my control. I can't control what you click on, but I couldn't allow that. I couldn't allow the opinions of other people to intimidate me from saying, that's why you shouldn't do it. Because I would never know if I didn't try. And you would never know if you don't try. Just start. Just start. Or if you started already, just keep going. Just keep going. Because we don't know, like, how our lives can change in an instant. Because we decided to start the YouTube channel. All you can do is try. That's all you can do.